Hey everybody, I'm here today because last night I was up kind of late and I was going on YouTube and watching my videos like you do, and I saw that Safiya Nygaard had put up a video of trying to follow a soap cupcake tutorial, and I'm so excited. I started watching and then I stopped it because I thought I better watch this on camera and so you guys can see how a professional soap maker reacts to someone attempting to make cupcake soap. I feel like this will be a lot of fun to watch because I also try to follow other people's soap making tutorials and try out their designs, so I thought it'd be fun to see how she does while she does the same thing. Let's take a look at this and see how she does.
They do look good enough to eat, but you really should not. Now, as some of you may know, I am a big fan of fancy soaps and schmancy bath products.
Me too.
Whether that last year, I actually tried following a YouTube soap art tutorial to try and learn how to make my own loaf of snazzy, swirly soap. Sweating out of my eyeballs with overall mediocre results. So today we are once again going to be turning to the soap queen herself, Anne-Marie, we followed in our last video. Now, before we go any further, I just want to say that in case this video sparks your interest and you decide you also want to follow a soap art tutorial, a quick warning. Cold processed soap like this is made by a chemical reaction called saponification, which occurs when you combine oils with sodium hydroxide lye.
That is true. Every soap you can get is made out of some kind of lye oil mixture or some kind of fat and lye. You can't make soap without lye, and I've had so many people ask me if I have lye-free soap or edible soap or other things, or someone came up and said I can smell the lye in there and it doesn't have a smell, which is crazy. So you just can't make soap without lye. You just can't. Even the liquid soap, it has potassium hydroxide in it. So no matter what you use, you're gonna get some lye in there.
Like, it can burn your skin, it can get really hot and erupt out of its container, and it can even explode if exposed to the wrong thing. Now, one dynamic with this tutorial is that, unlike the last tutorial we tried, which was kind of like a one and done, you can follow the entire tutorial from start to finish in one sitting situation, this tutorial has a little more prep involved. So we're gonna have to tackle this cupcake over the course of 2 separate soaping days.
It is true that if you decide to do something like soap cupcakes, or if you want to do embeds or something extra fancy on the top of it, you're gonna have to make all of that stuff the day before. So you can't just expect to do it all within one day or, in less than a couple of hours. So you have to prepare if you're gonna make something like this. So I'm glad she figured that out pretty quickly, and she seems like she's on the right path. I think she's gonna do pretty good on this, but let's keep watching.
Just to try and personalize them a little bit, I was thinking, it would be fun to turn Anne-Marie's glittery champagne cupcakes into a bat cupcake. For kind of a nocturnal cupcake of the night.
Oh, she went with the Halloween theme.
Everything I changed, and also what is happening on which soaping day as we go. So basically, Anne-Marie uses melt and pour soap for her embeds, which is essentially like the non-dangerous soap making stuff.
That's great. She did a great explanation of how melt and pour works. It is still soap with a lye oil base of some kind, usually some more ingredients so that it can stay clear or have, a milky color or aloe in it or whatever else. But just because you can grab it and you can melt and pour it and it seems safe at the time, doesn't mean it doesn't have lye in it. So it is still just soap, like every other kind of soap.
Kind of. Oh, honestly, cutting soap is the best.
Cutting soap is the best.
I don't know why it's ruffled. Now, this seemed like a sort of area in which I could have some creative freedom, add some customization to our cupcakes. So I really went rogue here and got completely different embeds from Anne-Marie. I just went ham on Etsy and I just did my own thing.
That's totally fine, embeds, when you're doing melt and pour embeds, they're pretty simple. It's hard to mess it up, so get really creative with it. It's great that she made this her own. She's really taking advantage of being able to be as creative as possible. I think that it's going to come out really cool.
Instead of going for pink, I went for gray and stormy blue. Now for this step, I'm not really gonna worry about like sort of neatly pouring, because I figure like we can always use like a little like razor or X-Acto knife to cut off any excess in case we have some pour over. I did not do a good job. I literally just, I scarfed it. I'm not gonna lie.
I think you did a great job. If you want to be more exact when you're putting melt and pour into those tiny molds like that, you can get like little pipettes and just suck up a little bit at a time. Her molds aren't very deep, so it's hard to control how much you're pouring into there from like a large measuring cup. So it'd be easier if you just did a little pipette and got a little bit at a time. And that way you can put more than one color in there, because you can fill one corner and then the other side with a different color.
And basically the reason we're making our oil mixture and our lye water for our frosting now is so we can leave them in the fridge overnight, because they need to be cold when we combine them in order for them to like make frosting peaks.
I've done this method of making soap frosting before, and it does work really well, but I now just do the method where I make soap at room temperature like normal, and then I pour it straight into my piping bag, and it seems to work just fine. You just have to be quick once it gets to that stage where you can pipe it. You don't want to wait too long.
Which sort of conveniently come in like chocolate chip form. They call them pastils. Oh, that's so fun. It's like Dippin' Dots or couscous.
It's got a couscous vibe to it.
It's got couscous vibes. It looks like goat cheese.
It does.
Or like a hunk of mozzarella.
Oh yeah, hunky.
Ooh, that's cheesy. It's kind
of crazy. I think these two are hungry. They're talking about food a lot.
It's dangerously cheesy. That's good. That's 6.3 on the dot, baby.
So I'm noticing that she is actually making her lye water solution in a glass bowl, which should be okay just this once, but you don't want to continuously put lye water into a glass bowl. Over time it will break down the glass. She's leaving it in the fridge overnight. Some of the glass might actually wear away and be into the lye water mixture when she puts it into the soap. I think it'll be fine just doing it once, but if you're doing it or she's going to do it again in the future, I always recommend using like a stainless steel pitcher or a number 5 plastic container.
So I'm going to cover it up and stick it next to our oil mixture. And that is going to wrap up day 1 of our soap.
How come they don't have any food?
So first up on day 2 is to make the proverbial stump of the cupcakes. The cake part.
Yeah.
If you will.
All about that base.
The butt. Since we're going for sort of a nocturnal vibe with our cupcake, why not go for something a little darker?
Ooh.
So I picked up this, where is it? It's literally, oh, right in front of me. There we go. This orchid mica, which is like a deep purple pigment. So I was thinking we'll just use this.
Make it easy.
Different mix.
All right, I'm gonna start off with the champagne. Ooh. That smells amazing, actually. Now, whilst blending, Anne-Marie mentions this thing called trace, which is basically a term that refers to the thickness of your soap batter.
Essentially, what trace means is when you're making a soap batter and you pull the mixer out and some of the soap drops off of it, if it sits on top of the soap batter, and that means it's at trace or medium trace. Light trace is when you can pick up some soap and drip it across the top and it'll stay there for a second or two, and then medium trace is when you pick it up and you can plop some on top and it'll sit there in that like plop for a while before it kind of very slowly settles back down into the soap.
Is if you overblend your soap,
oh,
you can't really control Z it and make it a lighter trace again. Oh no. So we're going to be really careful this time and try and get a super light trace to start with. Good. Do you think it's trace yet?
Not
I would
yet.
say I would give it like a couple more bursts because we've been burned before. It definitely looks like it's all combined. It might not be trace yet,
No, stop blending.
But let's just put in our pigments now, and then if it's not trace enough, we'll just mix it more later.
Yes.
I think maybe we need to eat more pudding to become better soapers.
Yes.
Because like, what is a light
Agreed.
pudding versus a medium pudding versus like a flan? All right, so now that our mixture is in, I'm going to jiggle it a little bit to get rid of air bubbles and to like settle the soap into the mold. All right, did we shake it?
Perfect.
I feel like we shaked it.
Great
You
technique.
shooked it?
There we go.
Yeah.
Wah! Wah! Wah!
This is a pretty good. I see some hard chunks and I'm just gonna break them up.
Now, Anne-Marie basically says, if you're feeling daredevilish enough, you can pour the lye water in while you're hand mixing, like with the electric mixer. But I am nervous that I'm not good at this.
That's
so
fine.
I'm gonna
Be
fold the
careful.
lye water in with a silicone spatula, as she says it is fair to do. I'm trying to make sure I get it all, get every inch of this thing, just show it no mercy.
You want your mixture to be soft?
Yeah, Ty, that looks like a peak.
That
What
looks
do you think
awesome.
about that?
I'm peeking so hard right now. What?
What? My hand is literally shaking.
Let's see you
You
do it.
nervous?
No, because I've been hand mixing for so long.
Oh, damn.
Anne-Marie must be secretly buff.
Dude.
Not so secretly. Anne-Marie's definitely buff.
Yeah.
There we go.
Get
Hold firmly with one
big
hand
muscles
and then
making soap.
guide it.
I'm going for this one. Okay, that looks okay.
That looks incredible.
That looks okay, right? Oh, 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 okay, okay.
It looks
Push
good.
the
Why
best.
is she
Tyler, I
so
don't know.
nervous?
Oh, dude.
It looks like
It
an
came out
amateur
great.
Yogurtland experiment.
Okay.
I noticed that the soap queen is like, she's obviously very good at this, so she's piping really quickly. And what might help a beginner is to go much slower and be a lot more gentle squeezing the piping out so that you have more time to kind of place and eyeball it and see where it's going. And you can, she did the one ring at the bottom, and you're absolutely able to just do one ring at a time and build your way up and do like 4 rings and then just put a little dollop for the peak instead of trying to get it all the way up there all at once. But Sophia's still doing really good for her first time.
Time for glitter, because everything is better with glitter.
Everything
Now,
is better
Anne-Marie
with
uses sort of
glitter!
like but on brambleberry.com, I found some silver hollow glitter.
Damn, that's a good.
Oh, the back is messed up. But the front is okay!
As long as
and
the front
ones
looks
that
good.
I completely
Don't worry
scarfed
about it.
with my bad pouring job were at least salvageable with an X-Acto knife. So what I'm gonna do is sort of treat my frosting like clouds in the sky, with my stars and moons peeking out from behind the clouds, and the bats sort of flying in front.
I love it already.
Pulling it off.
Yeah, I do like that. And it feels like it's time to pop them out of the mold so they can cure in the air.
Pop those bottles.
Yes, it's time to pop these bottles. It's time to clap these cakes. What? Time to... Never mind.
Is that a butt thing?
As I said it, it's... Yes, I think so. Yeah. Oh my god, I think I just put my nail in it. Oh, it's out.
Happens.
Did I
It
put my
always
nail in it
happens.
too bad? A little bit. I can just smooth it though, right? It's soap. It's fine. I hereby present to you our finished cupcakes.
I honestly think she did incredible. Those cupcakes look amazing. A solid 9 out of 10. She did really great piping. She got all of that soap in there. She didn't go over trace, or she didn't over blend, is what I'm trying to say. Those embeds were perfect. The color scheme was amazing. I think with a little more practice with the piping, she could really make something incredible. But for something homemade that you're just gonna keep and enjoy yourself, that was incredible. It was perfect. And I'm really happy for her. I think she did a great job. Like I said, 9 out of 10 from me. I'm sure everyone else thinks that they did really great. She's a little hard on herself, isn't she? Like, she just needs to, like, accept the fact that she did a really great job as a first-time soap maker. Or, excuse me, second-time soap maker. I had a lot of fun watching this video. I might do some more of these in the future. I don't know if anyone will actually care to watch this, but if you do, please like and subscribe. I will do more of these if you guys ask, so leave a comment, let me know. I will be back some other time to do some more things. I've already got another video made. I'll see you guys next week, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!